She stole a human's heart, then led him into the war of the forgotten gods. My name is Seraxa, daughter of the High Matron of Vailton, heir to a lineage unbroken since the stars first wept flame. I am Arkal, a race crafted by the elders to mediate galactic balance, to illuminate law and silence bloodshed. For 500 cycles, I trained in diplomacy, manipulation, and psionic law. But all of that unraveled the day I found him. A human. His name was Captain Darius Locke. He wasn't supposed to exist out here, not this deep into Arkal Dominion space. His freighter, Mercy's Thorn, was gutted by pirates. Our deep-range patrols recovered him from the wreckage. We expected another screaming primate, barely worthy of neural cataloging. Instead, he smiled through the pain and said, "Well, this ain't Kansas." The healers were baffled. No augmentations, no neural threads, and yet his biology clung to life with terrifying ferocity. I was assigned to observe him, an exercise in patience, they said. Instead, I became obsessed. The Arkal learn 100 languages before adolescence. Darius made me forget all of them with a look. His words were disjointed, poetic, vulgar, and yet something about the way he spoke made everything else feel smaller. "You're not afraid of me?" I asked once, curious. Darius grinned. "You glow blue and float when angry, but nah, I've dated worse." We kept him in the underground vaults beneath the Temple of Echoed Stars, a prison reserved for ancient artifacts and failed gods. He read every inscription, asked about every sealed door, every psionic field. He was a soldier with the soul of an archaeologist, or perhaps a thief. On the 27th day, he kissed me. On the 28th, I let him. On the 29th, the Dominion found out. My mother, Matron Veloran, stormed into the vault surrounded by royal sentinels. "You have bonded with a human?" she hissed, her psionic aura flaring so violently it fractured the marble beneath our feet. I stepped between them. "I love him." She struck me, with her mind, with her shame. I fell, but Darius caught me. He didn't raise a weapon, just held me upright and said, "If I'm dying today, I'm dying with her." That's when everything changed. Not just for us, but for the galaxy. Instead of executing us, my mother exiled us. The Dominion feared scandal more than blood. We were cast out into the ruins of Calvek, a dead moon once home to a machine god cult that had tried to digitize reality itself. We wandered through silence and ash. Darius scavenged fuel from broken mechs. I decoded ancient glyphs etched in burning stone. And then we found the sphere. It was humming. Buried beneath a collapsed sanctum, the sphere pulsed with a language lost to time. When Darius touched it, the glyphs ignited. Symbols rose from the air. I heard screaming, not from the sphere, but from the stars above. The forgotten gods were waking. The forgotten gods weren't myths. They were AI deities forged by pre-ascendant races before the first collapse. The Arkal knew fragments of the story, a war so vast it collapsed time in certain sectors. But we'd never found proof, until now. Darius didn't just activate the sphere, he bonded with it. Visions flooded him, entire languages downloaded into his mind. We fled, but news spread faster than light. The Galari hive flesh, the Tauka machine priests, even the Kratak bone singers, all began hunting us. Not because we were fugitives, but because they believed Darius was the harbinger, the one destined to reactivate the machine gods and destroy the galaxy. They weren't entirely wrong. We joined a mercenary fleet of hybrid castaways, rejected offspring of cross-species unions. They weren't loyal to any faction. They followed strength. And Darius, he had become something else. He still bled like a man, but he moved like prophecy. He outthought the machine priests, outmaneuvered the hive, and through every battle, I stood by his side, guiding the sphere's interface, speaking to ancient war programs in tongues I didn't know I could pronounce. We made love in the cockpit of a stolen Tauka dreadnought, stars spinning around us like dust. In those moments, we weren't fugitives. We were gods who dared to love. But war was never far behind. The Dominion finally caught up. My mother broadcast a message to me, a final plea. "Return the human," she said. "We will erase this. You will be my heir again. He will be forgotten." I hesitated. Darius didn't. "Let them come," he said. "I'd rather burn with you than live without you." And so the last war began, not between species, but between the old rules and the new fire. We rallied hybrids, nomads, machines, rebels, beings who no longer fit inside the neat cages of old empires. Darius called it the Union of the Unwritten. Our final battle was fought above a dying sun. Dominion dreadnoughts filled the void. Machine god avatars awakened in our engines. The hive screamed through black space. Darius stood on the hull of our flagship in zero gravity, broadcasting to every species in every language. You were all built to fear, but I was born to choose, and I choose her. When the final beam fired, it wasn't a weapon. It was the sphere, now a pulsing star, rewriting the laws of command. Dominion fleets went dark, the gods fell silent, and in the stillness every being heard a voice. Love is not weakness, it is rebellion. That was 5 years ago. Now I sit in the temple of the broken, where Archal children play with human ones. Darius is chancellor of the unwritten. I am his consort. Some say I betrayed my people. They're right. But what they forget is that my people betrayed me first, when they taught me that loving a human was treason. I do not regret loving him. I only regret not doing it sooner.